Hello, I'm Louise from behealing.com, using tarot to help you do the inner work, heal yourself and create the life that you truly want to live. This is the week ahead tarot, but it is for romance. I've split them out, the general reading and the love reading. And so if you are interested in what the energies are for the collective, keep on watching with regards to love. So let's see what the guides want to tell us about this week. So we're starting out with this card here, which is about balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. Well, we're just coming off the back of a new moon in Libra, which is all about balance. And so we could have more balance coming out in relationships. So you might be realizing that you want something different within a relationship. If you're single and you're looking for a relationship, you might be realizing that you have been in imbalanced relationships. And so that could be coming into your consciousness about perhaps the ways that you have accepted imbalance. Been doing too much, or being the one that has been investing too much in relationships and not expecting that same investment back from partners or those you're dating. Something to think on, the balance that you've had within relationships. What else have we got for this week in love? Love and romance for this week, please. Let me know what you think of my new setup. And if you like them, these readings separated out like this, general and love, let me know. We also have romance here as well. So a romantic week, memories of romance, interesting. So you might be looking back at previous relationships, thinking about the balance within those relationships, but also thinking about the romance within those relationships too. I think as a collective, we're being called to have better lives. And what I mean by that is enjoy them more, do less work and have better times together, playful times with each other and romance and all of those kind of things. It's been lacking because we've been working more and more, right? To the point where there isn't time to do anything else. So let's get some tarot out and see what's going on. We have the 9 of Cups, first of all. Now that is your wishes coming true. So what is in your heart? What are your needs? I've been doing healing sessions lately, personally, and for other people too, helping people heal with my Zoom calls. Book yourself in on behealing.com if you'd like some help from me there. I'll do a mixture of the tarot and my energy healing too. But what's been coming up for people, especially around this time now, is how we've not felt like our feelings are important, and how we've not felt that our needs are important too. And so that could be from learning from other people that our needs are not important and we need to put everyone else's needs first. But tapping into that, actually, I am here in this life, on this earth, to have a good time, and my needs and my feelings are important. And so I've been helping clients to clear out of the way those fractured parts of ourselves that have been trying to protect ourselves, and I've been telling ourselves that same story, perhaps it was told to us by somebody else in the past, that our needs don't matter and that our feelings don't matter. And so we just need to remind ourselves our feelings matter, our needs do matter, and we need to make a priority of that. And it does feel like we are being called to have better times and to prioritize our well-being, our feelings and all of that. We have the Emperor coming out here as well, so that's divine masculine energy. He's out with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is about clarity, is someone who's mastering their mind. And so we could see this week divine masculines getting more clarity on what it is that they want. They could be getting more clarity on how the patriarchy has been harming them. They could have more clarity on balance in relationships too. And they could have more clarity on their investment in relationships or lack thereof. They could have more clarity on their role within relationships too, because they're changing as well. Roles are changing. And so this might also be your energy as well for the divine feminines, thinking on what is a divine masculine to you? What kind of man would you like to be in a relationship with? What kind of masculine energy would you like to be in a relationship with? Getting clarity on that. Unpicking this imbalanced relationships is what's going on this week, whether you're in relationship or not, whether you're hoping to be in relationship. You also have the King of Wands, a lot of masculine energy this week. And so King of Wands, that's the entrepreneurial kind of an energy. He's the go-getter. He's the one that wants what he wants and he gets stuff done. And yeah, very attractive energy as well. Let's get deeper into this and find out what this is all about. So we're starting out with the Nine of Cups, which is saying that our feelings and our desires and our needs within relationship are very important. And of course, we have to be the ones that value those things first, right? Before anyone else will. We've got the Lovers here as well. So as you're thinking on prioritizing how you feel, that could look like doing nice things for yourself, having romantic times for yourself, taking yourself out to dinner or for a beach walk, or just doing those really nice things for yourself, not waiting until you've got a partner, not waiting for someone else to love you in that way, loving yourself in that way. The Lovers card here comes in. And so when we are giving ourselves the energy that we want to receive within relationships, when we're doing it for ourselves, we're allowing ourselves those nice times that for our wishes to be fulfilled. That's when we attract someone that wants to do the very same for us too. And so they come in as a match to the energy that we're already being for ourselves. If you think about it, someone that really takes care of themselves, or even if someone's taking care of a thing or a place, you want to take care of it too. But if somebody doesn't, if you go to someone's house and it's just complete disarray and there's just stuff everywhere, you're not going to be being careful about where you put your stuff down. You won't care either, really, because they're not caring. But if you go to someone's house where it's all really tidy and they keep everything really clean, you're going to be more aware of that. And this is the way we are as human beings, is we do match people's energy in that kind of way. And so for someone to match your energy, you need to be prioritizing yourself and doing really nice things for yourself, prioritizing your feelings and prioritizing your needs. Then we've got this Emperor energy with the King of Swords. And so gaining clarity of mind about divine masculine and what that means. So there could be a lot of waking up going on this week about relationships and what we want from the masculine within relationships, where that balance is. Interesting. So coming out with that, the cards just came out in a really strange way then, but coming out with that is the High Priestess. So there's divine feminine in her connection with the universe itself, her inner wisdom, her tapping into her intuition and all of that. The Eight of Wands, it's direct communication, and the Fool about something new. Okay, and so as we are gaining clarity on what we want from the divine masculine, getting clarity about that, then this feminine energy comes in, talking, from her intuition and her wisdom about the change that she wants. The Fool. And so there could be discussion. So if you're not dating someone or in a relationship, then there could be discussions amongst your friends about this, or you might be seeing reels about it as well and videos about it on how we want relationships to be in the future. And I think a lot of us have been single for a long time because we're waiting for this shift to happen first in consciousness, and then the kinds of relationships that we truly want we'll create ourselves when we've got the clarity on it, when it will be available, because then the collective consciousness will be on board with that. King of Wands, we've got this energy of entrepreneur, go-getter, someone that gets things done themselves. Why have we got the King of Wands here, please? King of Pentacles. See all of this masculine energy this week. The King of Pentacles is the one that is stable. It's the provider. It's the one that has got a house and a home. So this is very strong energy. This is your providing kind of a masculine. the one that gets stuff done. They're not lazy. This one isn't sitting around playing video games. This is the one that's building houses, building businesses, getting stuff done. Yeah, a strong energy there with that King of Pentacles, so very providing energy. So you might be tapping into that energy or realizing that you do want that, and it doesn't make you a gold digger. It's very important so that you can be in your feminine energy. Okay, what else have we got with regards to romance and relationships this week, please? Romance and relationships this week. We have exchanging gifts. So what does the masculine bring to a relationship? What does the feminine bring to a relationship? And how do you want that exchange to go, and then go the distance? So for a long-term exchange of gifts. So not just right at the start of a relationship, doing nice things together in the romance to kind of get each other and lock each other down at the start of a relationship, but how would you want that to continue going on? And we're not just talking about, dating and the nice things and that romance. We're talking about day-to-day living too, the balance within that. Exchanging gifts is a really beautiful way of putting it, because it's not the chores that you have to do with each other. If you see it as a gift, the gifts that you give to each other and helping each other out, a partnership like that, if you see it as exchanging gifts, then it makes it beautiful, doesn't it? It makes it like real giving. It's like, I'm not just doing that because it's my job to do that and they expect me to do that because I'm the woman in the house. I'm doing it because I want to give them a gift there. And that can only happen if it's balanced, if it's in a balanced relationship, because resentment, if it's imbalanced, resentment is always going to ensue from that. And it will never feel like you're giving them a gift. It will feel like a chore. And so we need to get ourselves out of that chore energy and into the exchanging gifts energy for the long term. Something sustainable. So if you are starting off a relationship at the moment, these are really things to think on. Because the last thing you want to do is to get into an imbalanced pattern with them, imbalanced habits with them, right? You need to pull it up straight away. And so this communication from the divine feminine here with her intuition, tap into that as well. Some of you might be on that slippery slope if you're in a new relationship, slippery slope to doing what you used to do before, being willing to be in an imbalanced relationship, because women have always done that. And rather than questioning it, hang on a minute, I'd much prefer a partnership. So let's make sure it's balanced from the get-go. And even if you are some way into a relationship too, you might want to think on that. Because it can always be addressed, can't it? It can always be addressed. Okay, what else have we got with regards to romance this week? We have orgasm, sexy times. We've got holding on as well. So somebody won't let go. Either someone won't let go of you or you won't let go of somebody else. It could have to do with sexual energy there as well. And then we've got good timing for paths to cross. So an element of letting go here. Some of you might be either stuck on someone from the past that isn't really right for you, not really having found out what the lessons were from that relationship. If you want clarity on that, go to my website, behealing.com, book yourself in for a session, because I can ask your higher self and I'll give you that information. And then good timing for paths to cross. So it feels like there's a lot of change going on at the moment, and it could be that somebody new will be coming into your life. Or is that right there on your doorstep if you're wanting to get into a new relationship? But if you are hung up on someone else from the past, then that's not going to happen, because you're not going to be that available energy to be in a new relationship. Is there any healing that we need to do? Of course. Growing beyond guilt. There's guilt around imbalance in relationships that is showing up with this card coming out. So you might have made choices to get out of a relationship because it was imbalanced, but still felt guilty because you weren't upholding some kind of a bargain that women or men seem to have had in the collective. Do you know what I mean? It's like the woman is like the house slave kind of thing. And even though you're like, that's not right, because I've got a career, and so I'm not going to do that. So you opt out of it. But even though you've opted out of it, there's still that voice inside of your head and inside of your heart saying that it wasn't really okay for you to do that because other people are still doing it, and perhaps you should be doing that, and perhaps that is your place to be doing all of that stuff. So, you know, the guilt and the shame that goes with it, even when we've made a good decision for ourselves. We've got liberating love as well. Always looks like a bird has fallen over to me. The image on this card, but liberating love. I allow myself to receive all the fulfillment I'm willing to give. That's beautiful. It's going on top of that exchanging gifts card. And if we see relationships like that as an exchange of gifts and about fulfilling each other's needs, fulfilling our needs within a relationship, and just like helping each other to fulfill those needs, then a much more beautiful way of seeing relationships. And acknowledging apprehension as well. Apprehensive, because I don't know about you, but relationships have left me with a lot of wounds. A lot of wounds and a lot of things to heal from. And so we can acknowledge that we're apprehensive about relationships. We can acknowledge it with the other person as well. When it's a yes, nothing can stop me. When I'm unsure, it's always a no. So taking our time, if you're thinking of getting into relationships, you've got to take your time with that too. You know, we just need to be aware, and we've got so much change going on at the moment that we need to be aware of ourselves, like so much, because we don't want to get into another relationship or in like bad patterns in a relationship, right? We need to really hold our hearts dear and really value our energy and our hearts, and just not allow ourselves to get into those imbalanced relationships anymore. And it's not about the other person. It's not about just finding the right one. It's about discovering those things within ourselves too, because it's always a co-creation, right? We've played our part in it, and it might just have been putting up with imbalanced situations that we've played our part, or the guilt, right, that was causing us to do that. Love wants to be liberated this week, and it's all about balance and tapping into why we want relationships in the first place, and can it be this exchange of gifts and this beautiful kind of an energy? Well, that's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave me a comment as well. What are you thinking on all of these things? Are you in a relationship at the moment, or are you looking for a relationship at the moment? Have you found balance within relationships as well? Let me know. If you want a private reading with me, a love reading or any other kind of a reading, I'm now doing them on Zoom. You can still get the old written readings as well if you prefer those, but you can book a session with me, a 15-minute, 30-minute or 45-minute session with me, and I can answer your questions, do a reading for you, and all kinds of things in that, face-to-face, so that we know that it's human contact. Because that's where our true power is. So go to behealing.com. There's always my one question readings as well if you need some quick advice or a quick answer on something about your love life. That's on behealing.com. Well, have a fantastic week. Let me know if you like these readings separated out into love and the general reading. And if you want another style of reading as well, I could do money and career. In fact, I might do that right now. I'll put 3 of these readings out each week. Have the best week ever, and I will see you next time. Bye.